Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Franca and I'm consumed by the concept of femininity. Growing up, I've been a tomboy most of the time. 95% of my friends, even into adulthood, were males. And considering the fact that I lived alone most of the time, I didn't even have time to care about being more feminine. So now that I'm beginning to discover this concept, I'm just obsessed. Sometimes it feels like we have to constantly try to remain tough, not compromise, and clean ourselves to project this powerful persona to attract respect. But no matter how good that false sense of masculinity feels, you cannot compare it to being your soft, radiant, graceful, elegant, feminine self. And like I told you before in my previous video, I'm still on this journey to discover my true, authentic, feminine self. And so today, let's do something similar. Let's look at some ways to become more feminine. And some of the points I raise may be a little bit controversial, so buckle up and let's take a ride. I'm in my late 20s and I look forward to getting married, having my husband, getting my children, nurturing and doing all that good stuff. But I equally do not think that one can find fulfillment in just being married. And don't come after me if you are extremely traditionally feminist. I love the idea of traditional femininity, but I think that keeping your identity completely tied to just finding and keeping a man is poised to get you frustrated. And I think that except you work from home, you should have something you do outside that brings you income and fulfillment aside your husband. A lot of us sometimes quote the Proverbs 31 woman and think that she is just this kind of lady who was always dressed sitting at home. No. I think that she was a career woman and she was a housewife and she was able to effortlessly blend these two things together. So if you want to really be a Proverbs 31 woman, then you should be willing not to only get married and look up to your husband. Of course, you gotta look up to your husband to cover you, to provide for you. But I'm saying that when you want to be fulfilled, get something else to do. Have a life of your own. Evidence from research shows that most early American suburban wives were most of the time lonely, with some even committing suicide. Because in as much as they enjoyed taking care of their families, they were not entirely fulfilled because they were not able to attain their deepest innate desire to achieve self-actualization. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I strongly disagree with the idea that women should not pursue their highest career dreams, because there's nothing unfeminine about pursuing your highest dreams in your chosen field of interest. The problem arises when you cannot find the balance between your biological role as a woman and your career. When you start putting your career before your family, then that is where the problem is. Contrary to the belief that men dislike of ambitiousness in women, some men actually find independence and a heightened sense of responsibility among women very attractive. Because those women exude confidence that come from an innate well of self-actualization. I came across this book that projected femininity so much in the light of just trying to be seductive, finding a man, keeping a man. But I think that society has evolved so much and the idea of femininity is no longer tied to finding a man. I'm not against men. I love men. I respect their roles. I would love to get married and have a husband pamper for me. But I think that you need to find yourself first before either he finds you or you find him. Otherwise, you're going to end up in this parasitic symbiotic relationship where you feel drained because you have nothing else to look forward to on your own. The Collins Dictionary defines softness as a quality of being kind, sympathetic, soft-hearted, tender, and generous. And to add to it, I would say that it's letting go of too much masculinity and allowing the fruit of the spirit to come forth in your life. Once you become genuinely soft, you effortlessly disarm people. You get them enchanted and invite them to let down their guard because they know that they don't have to be so defensive around you. Softness isn't a weakness, it can ironically make you incredibly strong. Modern day femininity pushes women a lot to approach situations with fierceness, ruthlessness, and so much aggression without thinking about how others will feel. But true femininity embodies gentleness, and this doesn't mean that you should not be opinionated, but you make room to interact with people in a way that makes them feel loved and accommodated. The very act of stopping and caring cultivates empathy, which shows how sensitive you are towards other people's needs. Well, we don't have to think about what people say too much, but sometimes looking around in the environment and considering the needs and feelings of other people before you do anything can drastically soften your demeanor. As much as femininity emanates from within, taking a little bit of time to appear more beautiful and gracefully adorned can go a long way to make you look more feminine. I've always had this tomboy spirit growing up, and even though I loved to dream about myself dressing more masculine, I didn't get the chance to do that because of the environment in which I was raised. However, I don't think I dressed in a feminine way back then as well. But ever since I came across this topic, I decided to go on this feminine journey. I'm making more efforts to dress more feminine, and you can see from even this video and previous videos that it's still a journey for me. I'm not there yet, but no matter what you believe, you can still find ways to add curves, softness, and elegance to your style. This doesn't mean that you should dress like a little girl, but opting for more neutral tones, getting classic cut, and simply ironing your clothes or steaming them are some little but great ways to flawlessly incorporate femininity into your life. Taking care of your appearance can sometimes be very exacting, but it's worth the effort because it makes you appear more feminine. It can make you look more confident, and actually people will go a long way to appreciate your beauty. And even if you work in the corporate world, you don't have to worry about dressing more feminine, because contrary to what people think, dressing more feminine at the workplace doesn't make people disrespect you. You are respected for what you can do and how you look as well. And of course, you need to be very modest about it, because if you want to be given the lady treatment, you need to act like one. Even as we nurture and are empathetic towards others, we need to take time to nurture ourselves as well. Make time to nurture yourself physically, spiritually, and emotionally. As women, we are more likely to feel frazzled by house chores, managing our home and career together. That is why it's so important to take care of yourself so you can slow down and live intentionally with yourself. Living in a nourishing, calm, and orderly environment makes it so easy for you to function in a calm and relaxed mental and physical states. In the hustle and bustle of trying to balance your career with your biological roles as a woman, you cannot control what you encounter with others, but you can control how you react towards yourself. You can control how you treat yourself. Find a list of simple and personalized things that you can do every day unconsciously to nourish yourself for the next day, not forgetting to pray and keep chasing your goals one at a time. Don't to rush. There's no need to rush with anything because there's no space in femininity for rushing. You don't have to rush. You have to be this your calm, collected self. I'm not saying that you should try to just be like other people. No. Be yourself, but do not rush. Just take your time and take things one at a time. Becoming more feminine is a journey, and there's no need to beat yourself up if you don't find yourself at where you want to be right now. I am not there yet. I struggle a lot with some of the things when it comes to becoming more feminine. And so if you want to come on this journey with me, then watch this playlist where I share with you some of the things I've been learning so far. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and become part of this family. So I'll see you next time, guys. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.